This is Beyond a Reasonable Doubt with your hosts, Mark Garrigus and Gary Smith.
Well, welcome to BRD, and it's a big day at BRD because we've got the birthday girl, Alexandra Kazarian, sitting there. I say hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
And she's coming off, she's got a little publicity this week, I think twice in the El Segundo Times and once in Billboard and some other spots. Alex, why don't you give a brief synopsis of the case? How long was this case, by the way, this trial?
It was about 3 months. We started in late November and just finished Tuesday of this week, I think.
Right. And so it was involving a prominent lawyer in town, Matthew Fletcher, who was Suge Knight's lawyer until he was eavesdropped upon pursuant to a warrant, his attorney-client communications with Suge, and he was prosecuted by the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. And Alex has been with this case for a while, and right at the beginning, as poor Matt was getting jammed, he went pro per, and Alex was appointed standby counsel. Did I have it right?
I don't even know. It was just such a. Can we cuss on here?
Oh yeah.
It was such a shit show. What had happened was there was a protective order that was preventing Matt from getting his discovery. So it was weird because as a lawyer, you should always be able to have the discovery. As a defendant, you're usually able to have the discovery. But because he was charged with obstruction of justice as one of the counts, and the allegation was that he had sold some of the evidence that was under the protective order, he had sold it to TMZ. He wasn't allowed to have any of the police reports or any of the discovery in his own case. So
I'm old enough to remember when two LAPD personnel sold Rihanna's booking photo to TMZ for
I remember that too.
Sum of $63,000.
Wow. Yeah. This was like something like $50,000. Matt didn't get the profit. Suge's fiance did, but he was charged with a conspiracy to orchestrate the selling of that. So he wasn't allowed to have his discovery. So while I was arguing to continue the case because of COVID and the judge was denying our continuance, Matt started chiming in to argue as well. And the judge said, "You're not the lawyer, you're the defendant. You're not allowed to argue." And he said, "I am a lawyer and I'm going to act as my own lawyer." He said, "Fine, then you can go pro per. She's off the case." And then the DA said, "No, because he's not allowed to have his own discovery because he'll sell it," which I don't even understand why it's a problem to release this stuff. But anyway, so then the DA said, "But if he wants to be the lawyer on the case and she wants to stand by as co-counsel, then we'll release the discovery to him as long as she's there next to him." Judge said, "Okay, fine." And within like 30 seconds, all of a sudden I was in this weird co-counsel advisory standby position. So
the fast forward 3 months later, when this case, the jury was out deliberating this past week, and yeah. I think was on day 3 of deliberations.
Yeah.
And at that point, Matt took a deal, no jail time, right?
Yeah, at that point, the judge had telegraphed a number of times that if the jury came back guilty with anything, he was very likely going to give Matt not only custody time, but the maximum allowable custody time. The law just recently changed so that if the judge is contemplating the maximum, the jury has to find aggravating factors true. And so the judge modified the jury instructions to add those aggravating factors, which made it obvious that he was contemplating giving Matt the maximum amount of prison if any count came back guilty. So at that point, Matt, I think his wife was really freaking out more. He's got a hot young wife, and she was wigging out about the fact that he might go to custody. So he texted me at like 7 o'clock in the morning and said, actually, he texted me the night before, but I ignored him because I was trying.
Don't go into that. That'll be attorney-client. So the upshot is that here's a guy who's Matt's probably 56 or 57 years old, has been trying cases for, I don't know, 30 years, I would imagine. I mean, I've run into him in the courts for all those times. He is a skilled lawyer. Very skilled lawyer. And he took a deal because while the jury was deliberating for no jail time, give up your law license and informal probation.
Yeah. Should we talk about the fact that it's a completely illegal sentence? Like every single aspect of it is illegal, or should we wait until he's actually sentenced and then talk about it?
We should probably wait. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. Mark, you were right. He is 57, so gave up the law license and goes on with his life. So that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I think at a certain point, everybody has to make their own decisions, and he is an accomplished man, and I'm sure he will accomplish great things in the next chapter of his life. It's a sad way to exit. But I can understand the calculation. Obviously, people have to do what's in their best interest. Nobody's going to do the time for you, and the DA's office. Next episode we may talk specifically or a lot more about some of the players involved. I'm not going to do it today. I just wanted to tell that story. Wish Alex a happy birthday.
Yes, absolutely. I second that.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we will be back on Tuesday when we've got a backlog of stuff to talk about. But I thought the birthday woman today, and it was quite an accomplishment to navigate that 3 months and keep him out of jail, because clearly that's where it was headed.
And I will say that shortly after that verdict came in, Alex graced the Corolla Studios with her presence, and I won't tell tales out of school about what she walked in carrying, but she was certainly starting the birthday celebration a few days early, and I was there for it. I loved it.
I had fun. Thank you very much for allowing me to grace you with my presence.
You are always welcome at the Corolla Studios, Alex. Happy birthday. Enjoy the rest of your celebration. And Mark, I look forward to linking up with you on Tuesday.
I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye, you guys, can I just say hi to my brother-in-law, Andrew, who listens every single day and updates me daily about how much fun he's having listening to you guys.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hi, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you so much. And Alex, happy birthday. Mark, love you. See you on Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. Stay tuned for more bonus episodes coming soon.